say, I'd like to give all praises, honor,
And
and glory to
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Karakadash,
double honors unto the apostles and elders of great millstone that rule well.
Khan,
Peace and a blessed salutations unto the Akim that pushed this gospel to the four corners of the earth, in truth
Khan,
and in sincerity. Now, this is Brother Haribadash.
Barwanatazak,
And I'm here with another video. Now, this video, we will be going into Acts 14 and verse 22. It say, Acts 14 and verse 22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom. And that is the video we're going into, enter into the kingdom through much tribulation. It have a lot of things, that the servants of the Lord, the men of the Lord had to go through before, or to say they could be counted worthy, right? Which is one would be the temptations, the afflictions that come with it. The scripture say that the servant is not greater. The servant is not greater than the master. So everything that the Lord had to endure, we will have to go through it too. Right?
Represent fair.
Yeah. Right.
Ecclesiasticus 2:4. You say, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. The furnace of adversity. If you didn't know, right, when they find gold in the wild, or not in the wild, fucking stupid statement, but in nature, when you find gold out in nature, in the mountains or whatever, it does not be yellow. At least 90% of the time, it don't be yellow, it don't look like gold. What it does look like is a kind of dirty silver. It's have a shine to it.
Yeah, like a nugget.
Yeah, but the dirty silver nugget.
Yeah.
That way it does look like. You know, always get it to the color that we know gold to be, or we grew up knowing, because as you get older, you get more knowledge. So now I know that, when you find natural gold, it don't be gold.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just get to that yellow, bright, shiny, precious color. I don't remember how much degrees, but it's be a very hot furnace. It's had to burn it in fire to bring out the purity of it.
To kill the impurity.
To burn out the blemishes. So then he said, just like our gold. Read it over. It's verse 5. Sirach 2 and verse 5. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. For the gold in the fire to, as the brother said, burn away the impurities. So acceptable men under what standard? To be accepted into the kingdom, to be accepted into the sheepfold of Yahushua, right? They had to go through what? Much tribulation. Remember, we have no continuing city here, but we seek one to come in. You know what I mean? Romans 14 and 13. The Romans are like Hebrews 14 and 13. So like, yeah.
Yeah, and that tribulation will go back to everything, that they have to go through for this truth and in the truth, especially when they now come in, because the scripture say that, it say that prepare thy soul for temptation. It said when thou comest to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul.
Yeah. Verse 1, am I good?
Yeah, bring it.
Ecclesiastes 2 and 1, it say, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation, set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Cleave unto him, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon you, take cheerfully. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a estate. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
Yes, okay. It's in verse 2, it says, set thy heart aright, right? Which, when you now come in the truth, you had to put with that old man that setting your heart aright.
Good.
Right? The transition from the old man into the new man. Right? The temptation will be going into things that you used to do before, the breaking off, are the old habits, the old conversation, it might have been the people you are around, the food you eat, the things that you used to do before that you no longer you could no longer do it again.
Gone, not conducive to being the follower of Mashiach.
Gone, right? So all of that will be going into the tribulation, also with what the things that we have to endure that will be coming, which will be the afflictions, right? So your First Peter chapter 12.
First Peter.
Yeah, First Peter 4 and verse 12.
Oh, I know, chapter 12, I know what's it. I know 12.
Chapter 4 verse 12.
Chapter 4 and 12, have it, you ready?
Yeah.
Alright. First Peter 4 and 12, it says, Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you.
Yeah, so that say what? To try it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So it said that what in Ecclesiastes 2 and verse 5, it said acceptable man is tried in the fullness of
Ecclesiasticus.
Ecclesiasticus.
2 and 5,
Sirach, yeah. Sirach 2 and 5.
Okay.
It's that acceptable man try in the fullness of adversities.
Okay.
So here in this precept, now it say that what?
It says, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you.
Right. So it's just a trial, a fiery trial. So you know it will be what? It will be hard.
Because trial is not an obstacle. It's the fiery trials. You know what I mean? So you add in the difficulty. Yeah, it go be hard, you know. Let me raise the so we're not playing life on easy mode then.
Yeah.
We don't have the luxury of living life on easy mode. You know what I mean? Life is on hard for expert level now. You know what I mean? When you play them game and them it have easy, medium, hard, expert. We on expert right now. Now we have to live on expert. We always have to, before we consume anything, hey, we might have to hit it at Google while we in the grocery. You know what I mean? Grocery shopping might take a little hour and something for we, and we just want to buy rice. Okay, you have to Google this brand. If it's plastic, this, that, the other. You know what I mean? Sometimes you can't get wait, for example, for the Passover. Right? We know the lamb has to be at a certain standard, unfortunately. You know, unfortunately. We're not fortunate enough to own lambs. Lamb is an expensive animal, you know, to acquire. So what we do, we go to the groceries or whatever the case is and buy it already pre-cut and whatever. Right? We don't know if it had a blemish or not. But what? We rehearse the righteous act. So you know what I mean? We get grace because what? We trying. That's part of we fiery trials knowing that we could never serve the Lord at 100%. However, the scripture say, be thou perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect. So you know what we aim for? 110%. We know we can't get 100%, you know, but we always strive for 110. You know what I mean? That what the scriptures talk about, I forget where it is at, where it say, well, be a fool for Yahweh shall I say. You know what I mean? Because, yeah, imagine you know you can't do something, but every day you're trying to do it better than you do it yesterday. He's being a fool, but for what? For Yahweh shall I say. You know what I mean? We know these people not going to listen to we when we go out on the highway. You know what we do? We go out still. You know, we go out still for Yahweh shall I say. Remember, you know, man, Dios mío. In Esdras.
That going back to that, yeah. That going back to John 15 and verse 22. He said that if he had not come, let me get it here. It's John chapter 15 and verse 22. He said, if I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not had sin. But now they have no cloak for their sins.
God, they have no cloak, so that's why we go there. We know you're going to listen, you know, but we know the time will come when you know what I mean, when you go question yourself and be like, you didn't hear them brothers and them preach against that way, you didn't hear them say that the mark had to be stay away from it. You know, this kind of way. We know all they wouldn't hear, we know all they don't care, all they will mock, like what I will never forget how I Sunday we going out there preaching and man pass all is still using that name, eh? And I watch him like, what that name you have, boy? What name you have? one name more powerful than this one? I would like to know. You know what I mean? And you know what we do? Up to today, we still preaching that name, right? We still preaching that name.
So again, go back to what I say, it does work until it don't work.
Can.
Right?
You know, as I was saying before, in second address, I believe it's not 40, oh gosh. There's one in them, I think it's 2 and 40, where he say, when he asked the angel, who are these? And he said, these are the men, you know what I mean, that stood stiffly for the name and the Lord in the world. You know what I mean? Try second address 2 and 40. Let's try it. Yeah. I might not remember exactly where it is, but it's on. Yeah, no? 41.
Yeah, 41.
40, 41,
That's not 40. Yeah.
So, yeah, I was saying somewhere they can.
That's not right.
You can bring it out.
Yeah,
From
that's
wherever
not.
you get it.
Alright, so I'll start from verse 42.
Yeah.
Right? This is second Ezra chapter 2 and verse 42. It said, I Ezra saw upon the mount Zion a great people who I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs.
Yeah.
And in the midst of them there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing, and put on the immortal.
Yeah, that's what the brother say, putting off that mortal man, putting off that old man to get into the kingdom. You know what I mean? Going through the adversity to burn off the impurities. These are that is what the angel was showing us. These is the ones who went through the furnace of adversity. You know what I mean? Went through the fiery trial and make it to the other side. Go ahead.
He said, and have confessed the name of Yahweh, that they, and he said, now are they crowned and receive songs.
Palms in there.
Palms. So verse 46. Said, then said I unto the angel, what young person is it that crowned them and giveth them palms in their hand? Verse 47. Says, so he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of God, the Son of Yahweh, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. So then the angel said unto me, go thy way and tell thy people what manner of things and how great wonders of the Lord thy power thou hast seen.
Yeah, that way I just say you commend them that stood so stiffly. Because you know that he is really a child. You know what I mean? You know we life is tribulation. But yet still well we live it.
That is where we joy coming in the Lord.
Not alone. That is where the strength of we faith is. That the source of the strength of we faith. You know what I mean?
Hope and the faith in the Lord.
Here lies the patience of the saints.
When you really think about it, what are here to enjoy? You're not nothing to enjoy.
All the pleasures are here going in an instant, you know. You know what I mean? In the kingdom to come, it could be pleasure endless. You know what I mean? Endless.
So you go back to the first Peter.
Have it here already. First Peter 4 and it was 12.
Yeah.
It was verse 13. I'll start back at 12.
I can go to verse 13.
I can. First Peter 4 and 13. But rejoice in as so much as ye are partakers of Mashiach's suffering, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy.
And that is how we push in, that is the aim, you know, to to rejoice in Yahweh Shai. Right, as the scripture say, to be partakers in his suffering.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That is what we look forward to, the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
The scripture say that how the Lord say he wouldn't drink of this wine.
Can
I'll bring out that. That is what we look forward to, drinking that wine with the Lord and being reunited with the Achians and all that pass.
Luke 21:18. Because you saying like you paraphrasing says that I will drink no more of the wine, but I will drink not of the fruit of the vine.
So Luke 22 and verse 18, he said, "For I say unto you, I will not drink of the fruit of the vine until the kingdom of Yahweh shall come." Right? And that's what we looking forward to, to be out of this wicked, this wicked kingdom. And to have a righteous Lord, over us. Anything is it? Anything there?
Yeah. What's that? Or that is it on the on that?
No,
Or that is it on
that's-
the
yeah.
Yeah, but I have real thing there by up to you. You are joking, smoky. Inside joke, inside joke. Alright, get a space up for my this switches. I don't really remember what it is. I know it's in the Apocrypha. Second Esdras 7. Give me from from 6.
26.
Yeah.
That really, I want to.
But that's why I see it. He's joking about it. I'm saying. Like mine, you have a cup, like mine. The second Esdras, yeah.
Chapter 7 to 6.
Yeah.
He say, there is also another thing. A city is built and set upon a broad field,
Mm-hmm.
and is full of all good things.
Right, so as we were talking earlier about the pleasures that in this kingdom, the pleasure I just find in Santa, no. You might be working, because when I was younger, I said, I had to get a Benz in this life, boy. I need a Benz. I could fucking end up getting a Benz. I drive out with Branang. I dare the Benz right off. I get a fucking, the AC ain't get cold on my head. You know what I mean? But in this city, that in this broad field, it only have good things, boy. It ain't no fucking thing. Your fridge ain't working, your TV come. Nah, it's only goodness. You know what I mean? Everything working perpetually.
You never study about no GMO food.
Oh gosh, I'm not going to say that. Yeah, the fucking say, where you cook this with? You cook this with pork, with animal lard? Could I pork fat now? You fry this in pork fat? No, you have to worry about that fucking bullshit. You know they can't do that day. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Say there is also another thing. A city is built and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things. He said the entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall,
Yeah.
like as if there were a fire on the right hand,
Mm-hmm.
and on the left a deep water,
Yeah.
and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once.
Right. Now, this is why the precepts say, this is why the scriptures say, seek out your own salvation with fear and trembling, because as much as our brother can help you, a brother can only hold your hand so much.
So far.
Exactly, so far along the journey. When we reach by that narrow path, your brother tell like, go your hand, you know. I remember the first time I was the main speaker. Right, didn't tell me. You just reach out there and I say, yes, open up. And I watch him like, what? Yeah, open up, start the fire. And I was like, well, all right. Yeah, I mean, now is as good a time as any because I got to do it anyway at some point. So I was like, you're right, I can't argue with you because why? He realized, all right, I hold your hand up to this point. I teach you as much as I could have teach you. Everything else is on you now. So when we go out there, we used to say, yeah, fire starter, start the fire, and I would open up and I would bring out the first set of precepts. You know what I mean? And when he spirit ignite, then he carry we on and on and on and on. You know, he used to do that. You know what I mean? You know, to what when looking back now, you could understand why he do the things he do. But then I was nervous. I said, wait, I don't want to say the wrong thing. And nah, the as he used to always say, let the spirit lead that. Always let your spirit lead. You know? Same way with this narrow pathway. One man at a time. You know, the elders, the camp leaders, you know what I mean, the men above we, they could only guide us so far. You know what I mean? Tawara yaw basham yosha basham, I could dash for them. But it's only so far them could carry the onus on each and every brother in the camp to do what they have to do.
Yeah, because instead of kill, it will come a point in time, brothers or a brother might end up by himself.
Can.
Right? And that will be your time to walk that thin line.
Like not even your time, Mark, you know when is your time? As the work's on and everybody going to separate, that your time. That your time. In your everyday life when you want to work, because none of we brothers just work with each other. When you want to work amongst them, you know what I mean, amongst the unbelievers and the fucking infidels. When you out there and you're amongst people, the scoffers and the mockers, and you hear a boy mention something about the Bible and you want to chop him, say, nah, keep calm. You know? Keep calm. I in them will. You know that what you say, well, be as wise as a servant, but humble as a dove. All that is a part of we trial. All that is part of the narrow way. Because as soon as we split up after come back, after the works, we trial start back, you know. Yeah, it's only pause when we bounce up. Because brother go ask sister brother, but after that, you put back on your fucking, you pick back up your cross, and you tread Jake. Like be real. You know what I mean? That is the whole point of the narrow walkway, by. Because everybody have their own fucking problems, burdens, crosses to carry. Yeah. And them crosses is your trials, really and truly, because your burden is your trial. That is what is weighing you down. It's up to you to ask the Father for strength, not just physical, but mental, spiritual strength, emotional strength. You know what I mean? Because as much as we tell brothers, hey, you can't be emotional, like, what men fail to realize is anger is also an emotion. Anger is one of the most powerful of emotions. And if you react to that emotion, hey, you could lead to your demise. You know? That wouldn't be something becoming of a follower of Mashiach. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's not we time to get angry. We could get angry, but it's not we time to be angry then. Get angry, but don't be angry. You know? Like how Schwab said, you'll own nothing and be happy. You know, go ahead and ask like I digressing, man, I digressing, so like, yeah.
Say, I read over verse 8.
Mm-hmm.
He said, and one only path between them both. I'm going to go back from 7. He said, the entrance thereof is narrow and is set in a dangerous place to fall. Like as if there were a fire on the right hand and on the left a deep water.
Mm-hmm.
And one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. If the city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance?
And this is our inheritance, boy. You know the portion of the Lord is what? Like Jacob, lot, boy, is the children of Jacob. Like we lot. But if you don't pass the fucking trials, you forfeit your inheritance. It's so simple. Yeah. You don't want to do the works, okay. You forfeit your inheritance. You want to go out and fucking beyond bullshit, alright, you forfeit your inheritance. In actuality, you're bringing no harm to anyone but yourself. You're only dooming yourself. A brother will mourn you for falling out for a day, maybe two. You know what I mean? You can't tell me, me and I accused to this, that, and the other. But you have a different perspective of, all the men that fall out from we camp. Hey, I see them now, I don't keep no conversation with them because what we go and talk about? I can't talk about nothing with you. I had to treat you like the rest of the other two-thirds guys. You know what I mean? That's why I watch all you like two-thirds. But why I can tell you, we have nothing in common. You know what I mean? We don't have nothing in common, right? Or they going back to the world, or they give up on the kingdom. I still fighting. I still trying to apply for my inheritance right now. I still trying to make sure I fit the criteria for my inheritance. You don't forfeit yours, unfortunately. You know?
And when you really check it out, I go back. That Edomite spirit, like how he saw Edom celebrate
for 50 inheritance.
Yeah.
And now he fucking way back when you realize, hey, it's all this. He didn't say it was all this. You know what I mean? But hey, yeah, so that is just the essence of the video. So we hope it was edifying. We hope it sparked food for thought among the archive watching and listening. You know what I mean? Through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Kodash. Until next time, Shalom.